Do you realize that MyPillow's Mike Lindell and Barron Trump's room were apparently raided by the FBI before Hunter Biden? Yeah. Do you guys know this? I'm pulling up this story right now. So apparently, Mike Lindell says that the FBI seized his phone at a Hardee's drive-thru. Ooh, Hardee's. Sidebar. Kane. Roast beef sandwich off. Lion's Choice or Hardee's?
Oh my God. Lion's Choice without a doubt.
Steve, do you know what a Lion's Choice is?
No, I've only heard of Hardee's and Arby's. That's a big roast beef thing too. But.
Wow.
Well, even Arby's and Lion's Choice, I'd be choosing Lion's Choice.
But if you had to choose between Arby's and Hardee's, what would you choose?
Probably Arby's.
Yeah, me too.
Arby's.
Yeah, me too. But Lion's Choice, oh my gosh. Is it only Missouri? Lion's Choice?
I thought it was. I haven't seen a Lion's Choice.
I'm gonna get
I've
back
been
to the
in
real story in a
several
minute.
states, and I haven't seen a Lion's Choice in any other state but Missouri.
If you've never been blessed enough to have consumed a delicious roast beef sandwich from Lion's Choice, I don't think you've really lived. I mean, it's worth it to drive 11 hours to Missouri to partake of the manna from heaven that is the Lion's Choice roast beef sandwich. If I could eat one sandwich for the rest of my life, it would be a Lion's Choice roast beef sandwich. They don't advertise with us. No. But every time I'm around them, when I'm back home in Missouri, I got to have Emo's, Pasta House, and Lion's Choice. It's got to have it.
They're only in St. Louis, KC, and then there's one on Missouri's campus. That's it.
Oh, man, they're delicious.
Yeah, so it pretty much is only Missouri.
Man, it's worth it to go to Missouri for Lion's Choice.
We should franchise one here. In Dallas, we should franchise
in
one.
my backyard that only I eat. That would be amazing because I would keep it in business. I'd be 5,000 pounds, but, no
selfish.
shaming.
It's very selfish.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Because some people, some people just aren't worthy. It's a delicious thing. It's almost holy. Just, I'm just saying. All right, so back to my point. He was at a Hardee's. That's how we got there. Can you imagine? My first thing, was it like a morning? Was he getting a breakfast meal? Like, what's up? So Mike Lindell, he's doing his thing. Is anybody more persecuted than this guy? No. I mean, we've had him on the show before. He seems lovable. He's like a nice guy. He's had a crazy story. If you're unfamiliar, he was at his lowest, and he was a drug addict, and his drug dealers literally staged an intervention for him. He told us this on air. They staged an intervention for him because they were worried about their number one client not being around anymore. And he got right, and he works with a lot of people, helps give them a step back into life after they've either, they've dealt with drugs or other addictions and that. And I think that's pretty commendable. And he was, apparently says he was served with a subpoena for the contents of his phone. And he gave an interview. He was talking to CNN. He said agents asked him questions about Tina Peters, the Mesa County, Colorado clerk. She's facing state charges about voting machines, and she's pled not guilty. And they're investigating the security breach and all this other stuff. And he said that because he has a thing that he does online, and he said cars pulled up to the front of us and to the side of us. He was in a drive-thru in Minnesota at a Hardee's restaurant, and he goes, well, these are either bad guys or the FBI. I've got a statement on that. I mean, now I'm not saying this about all. I'm not going to say that. I'm tired of having to kiss butt and make, don't get mad at me. I mean, really, let's and optically, everybody thinks they're one and the same at this point. Okay, let's be real. So he's like. He goes, they're either the bad guys or the FBI. Well, it turns out they were the FBI. He said the agents presented him with a subpoena and asked for his phone. And he goes, well, I got some bad news. We're taking your cell phone. We have a warrant for your cell phone. He consulted his attorney, relented, gave the device to his agents. He goes, I want to say that they were pretty nice guys. None of them had attitude. And so it just weird. So apparently so you're telling me, Wait a second. Hold up. Oh, America. You're telling me that the MyPillow guy gets headed off by the feds before the crack-smoking, hooker patronizing 10% for the big guy Hunter Biden? The guy whose sister-in-law / lover threw a handgun in a trash can directly across the street from a school? The same guy who worked with China to get China ownership of different African nations' mineral rights? The guy who is getting paid because his dad's in a position of power and he's merching that out, for the lack of a better way to put it? That guy? Yeah. The guy who recorded himself on every device he had and overshared more than any millennial on TikTok ever. And he's 50-something years old. This guy? Two laptops. The MyPillow guy gets raided. The guy who makes pillows. And the per cow bed sheets. MyPillow.com/Dana. That guy? Yeah. At a Hardee's. Yeah. Oh, man. I don't even know where to go with this. I mean, that just says something. In America, the guy who makes pillows can have his phone seized at a Hardee's, but don't you talk bad about Hunter Biden. The FBI will go and raid other people's houses because the drug addict daughter left her diary in a Flophouse mattress. The 40-something-year-old, yeah.